Hey guys, what is up? Something a little different tonight. As you can tell, all here in OC. Um, Tonight was going to be Burial Ground with John Steele, but a little change of plans. Tonight instead is going to be 1976's Stephen King novel slash directed by Brian Depalma's 1976 iconic classic Carrie. I absolutely love Carrie. I think Carrie is fantastic on every level, all the way from the directing of Brian De Palma to the cast of Sissy Spacek, John Travolta, William Catt, Nancy Allen, Amy Irving, P.J.Soles, Betty Buckley, all the way down to the score by the great Pino Donaggio. I'll be popping in there, showing off my collection of Carrie and all that kind of stuff here and there. But I'm gonna try a little podcast style here and there. You know what I mean? I'm not exactly the most comfortable person in front of the camera, but yeah, the watch along. I'm gonna give everybody a little bit of time, see if anybody comes and joins me. See if anybody wants to watch along, anything like that. I left a couple of left a link or two out there, see if anybody wants to come along. But that's what we're doing tonight. Gary, maybe Burial Ground possibly next week with John Steele. But I don't know. I figured I'd give it a try and see how the feel is, see what's going on. Like I said, I'll be popping my face in here and there. I got lots of knowledge on Carrie. I'm really excited, really excited to talk about it. See how everybody likes this style. See what everybody thinks. See if which way everybody prefers, or if anybody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Whether I'm on the camera or not, we'll find out. See, we got two sets of eyes in there right now. Identify yourselves. Who do we got? Show off my collection here in just a little bit. I got arrows, I got Screen Factories, I got a German media book to carry. I've got oh man, a couple of limited editions of it. Like I say, Carrie is all the way from top to bottom one of the greatest horror films ever made, easily. And also, IMO, one of the greatest novel adaptations as well. I'm a bigger film fan than I'm a book fan, so I'm a bigger fan of the film than I am the book. But I think it follows it, pretty closely. It's a little weird not being on the camera. This is the first time ever I'm trying this, but I'm not too sure. If everybody can hear me, let me know. Make sure I'm not just talking to myself here. Give me a thumbs up or something if you can hear what I'm babbling about. I said I didn't have to do much investigation or much checking into Carrie. It's a film I know a lot about. Really cool things that I want to talk about with it. Things about how it was cast, all the way to things behind the scenes. I don't know how many people know about it, but we'll find out. Let me pop in here and talk to you for a minute. Show off my collection. What is up? This is the edition I will be watching tonight. This is the Arrow edition. I do not have a limited edition, but I do have the standard. It's still on my list. Got both editions with the slipcovers. The Screen Factory. That's the deluxe. This is the regular. Got this limited. It's limited to there's only 111 German. I'm not sure what you call it. It's not a media book, but it is limited to 111. This is from 84 Entertainment. It's a media book. This is absolutely killer. Here, Looking forward to getting the Scream Factory 4K steelbook. Yeah, you got a lot of different pages here. You got Travolta on here. Written in German, so I can't tell you what it says, but we can about guess. I know a lot about CARRIE. So. All right. If anybody, I do believe CARRIE is free quite a few places, if I remember correctly. So if anybody wants to watch along or anything, anybody's got anything to say, a little unusual. On Tuesday night, no one's got anything to say, nobody's popping in. All right. Well, I'll be talking about I'll be doing a timestamp here and there to let everybody know where I'm at in the film. But I'm going to start it right now. Let's start with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. CARRIE 1976. It's not going to talk to me. It's not going to matter if I'm on camera. I love the old United Artists beginning here. It's really cool. I haven't really seen that much from them in a long time, so I'm not really sure if they're still doing it like that. I think United Artists might actually be fun at this point. The bullying aspect, this was really this was the first adaptation from a Stephen King novel. This is really when you first really get the idea that Stephen King was bullied in school. You get a lot of the bullying aspect from a lot of Stephen King stories. It's something that he really focuses on. Well, yeah. And the two chicks that come through and slap with the hat and talk shit to CARRIE immediately are two of my favorite horror chicks. Some of my horror memorabilia that I'll be showing off later here. A couple of pictures and stuff. A couple of autographed pictures from two of my favorite horror chicks of all time, Nancy Allen and P.J.Soles. But I guess it's got the best cast ever of any horror film by far. Piper Laurie does so good. She should have won the Academy Award for like 2 or 3 years in a row. Is that good? You know those performances that you feel like they should have won 2 or 3 years in a row. It's like they should keep winning it until somebody else tops it, right? What's up? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna shut off the lights here. I'm gonna go into movie mode. I'll be going podcast / on screen here and there. Sissy Spacek said during this opening scene when she's in the shower, she just focused and she pictured herself, walking down like a, I can't remember exactly the way she put it, but she was just walking down a thing, with like there was flowers and stuff on each side. She just put herself somewhere else so that she could do it because she's totally exposed in the scene. I'm not so sure how much Nancy Allen minded her nudity all that much. Of course, she ended up marrying Brian Depalma, I believe. The whole thing with that ended up being in quite a few Brian De Palma films. Man, he ended up going on to do She's Dressed to Kill, Blowout, Scarface. I could go on and on. He got a chunk of his cast from what it was him and George Lucas were doing a casting session. He had De Palma here, You had George Lucas here. George Lucas was casting for Star Wars, and of course, Palm was casting for Carrie. And William Catt was trying to get Luke Skywalker. Of course, he didn't get Luke Skywalker. He ended up getting Tommy for Carrie. This is absolutely brutal. The girls are such assholes. But everybody knows, we've all been in school. We all know how kids can be. And basically, when you're a teenager, you're still a kid. You know, you're still a child. Hey, what's up? How you doing? How's your evening? Yeah, it's absolutely brutal. We all know how kids can be, and like I said, teenagers are still kids. You know, they're just bigger, more able kids. They're able to do even more damage. Basically. So Carrie has never told anything by her mother. She's been sheltered. So you know they're just taking advantage of the situation. They think it's funny, and they think she's so odd that she's basically become a target. In the book, I do believe they were throwing tampons, not pads. So, oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Slow evening on the Goreflub channel, it looks like. It was going to be it was going to be burial ground, but Steele had to bow out. So taking it solo here with a really, really, really awesome film. Anybody wants to watch along? Timestamp is 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Betty Buckley as Miss Collins just broke up the carnage that was going on in the shower. Sissy Spacek is so wonderful in this part. She almost didn't get the part. It was going to go to another girl. She was married to the production designer, and Carrie had done some set design and stuff. I'm like, family with the you know Better with Paradise and stuff like that. So she they already knew her, and she wanted this part. And Palm was like, no, okay, there's no, I've already got the girl that I want. But she really wanted it. So she went. She read the book a couple times, and the night before she went and reread it again. She came in, put Vaseline in her hair, came through, put on some baggy, hooked up looking clothes, came in, and but basically battled with the other girl that Depalma had decided that he wanted for the role of Carrie. Battled out with her and kicked her ass basically, and fight out for the role and got the role. So you got the role, now shut up. and and here we are today. Can you picture anybody else as the original Carrie? No way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It can't be tossed, man. I was talking about it earlier, Eric. Before you take off, I was talking about it earlier from top to bottom to the story, to the directing of De Palma, to the cast. Like I said, you know what I mean? You got Piper Laurie, Sissy Spacek, John Travolta, Amy Irving, Nancy Allen, P.J.Soles. I mean, Betty Buckley, on and on and on, all the way to the score by Pino Donaggio. This might be from top to bottom, arguably best horror movie out there. Oh, and Nancy Allen and P.J.Soles are two of my three, or in my top three favorite horror chicks of all time. I have autographed pictures of both of Nancy Allen and P.J.Soles are absolutely fantastic. Depalma being married to Nancy Allen, not the only reason she was in several of his movies. Until I made it, yeah, because he truly was. And when that shit went on, when that blood, he was pissed because he was actually starting to like Carrie. I think old Sue was getting ready to lose her boyfriend. That's my opinion on it. I think he was falling for Carrie, but she snapped. She'd had enough. That was, what I mean. That was it. She'd come to the end, man. I got so much to say about this movie, so check it out in the rewatch. If you have that time, check it out now. Check it out in the rewatch. I got lots to say about this movie. I know very well. I did not have to do much reading up or checking up or writing anything down on this. There's Cameron Depalma. There was the kid on the bike running around. They're going, creepy Carrie, creepy Carrie. Does a great job of looking at her like she's like the devil himself when he crashes. Because he knows he didn't crash that bike. So here's our first look at Piper Laurie, man. Like I said, she is so good. Piper Laurie is so good as Margaret White, Carrie's mom, that I think she should have won the Academy Award and kept winning it until somebody else did a better job. You know what I mean? Like she should have won every year until somebody topped it. That's just my opinion, right? These days I'll have to make some time. Oh, I can talk about this. Oh, me too, man. Me too. Absolutely. We were catching this replay. Cool. Definitely do, man. Just like I say, you know me, I always run my mouth, but especially when I got a lot of passion for a film, and this is one. As a matter of fact, me and Mike did this. We did our top five. We saw about Brian De Palma. I don't know if you ever seen that Brian De Palma show, but we saw about Brian De Palma, and we did our top five countdown of Brian De Palma, and we came to number one. Both of our number ones at the same time was Carrie. You know, and I knew he was going to say it because that's the only one he hadn't said. The one I hadn't said, so he just kind of said it at the same time. Oh, and I'll be catching you tomorrow night, man. That sounds pretty interesting what he's going to be doing tomorrow night. So yeah, yeah. They all doing this somewhat podcast style. I'm be coming off and on here, so everybody let me know. Anybody that in the comments or replay or whatever, because that's when I get most of my watches in the replay. Leave comments, please. You know, give me a like and leave a comment and let me know what you think about it. If you're up, sure, man. Sure. We'll talk about it some more tomorrow. Awesome. Cool, man. Always a pleasure, Eric, man. Much love. This house is just foreboding, man. It's just got this vibe. And then you go in, man, and you see this big ass poster of the Last Supper. It's just a creepy house, man, to go with a creepy woman. And she's made her daughter creepy. She's cool. Sissy Spacek brings this innocent, um, creepy, yet sweet, desperate girl. She brings all of that, man. It's brilliant. It really is. I mean, I can't say enough. Everybody in this, and for a lot of people, this was just a lot of their first projects. I mean, it might as well have been Travolta. But I think it might have been his second. I think he might have done Boy in the Plastic Bubble before he did. John Travolta's fantastic. John Travolta's a great actor. I don't care what anybody says. He's just got to get the right thing. You get John Travolta in the right role, man. He's great. You know, Anybody that hasn't seen Urban Cowboy, watch Urban Cowboy. Urban Cowboy is a great film. It truly is. Deborah Winger is awesome in it. You got Scott Glenn. It's just good. But she just will not understand. She just will not listen. You're a woman now. It's like, it's no wonder why Carrie screwed up. She made it like she did something wrong is why she started, period. Like if she hadn't sinned, it's like imagine the torment she lived in. Now in the book, she rained down fucking meteors and shit. At one time she got so fucking crazy. When she was younger, she got so crazy for her. You know, the way these movies are, if you take all three of the Carrie movies, this one and the two remakes and put them together, you'd have a lot of shit that happened in the book. The newest remake, I just Chloe, she just, it's not that she did a bad job. She just couldn't come off with this desperation. She couldn't portray this awkwardness that she needed to portray. Now, Angela Bettis, the one played May in the first remake, she portrayed that, but she portrayed too much weird. Angela Bettis is too weird. Sissy Spacek has got the perfect mixture. No, she takes her in here, and this she takes her put her in his closet. Man, this Jesus is absolutely. Is it just me? Let me know in the comments, or let me know in the chat or whatever. Is it just me, or does this Jesus kind of look like the mom? The little Jesus. It don't look like Jesus. I'm not sure what Jesus looks like, but no Jesus I ever seen look like this. It looks like the mom to me. It's mucho scary. It's like Carrie when she goes in here, and when she settles down, she knows exactly what she needs to do. It tells you how many times she's been in this closet. Candles wore down. She immediately reverts and goes to this creepy looking Jesus and starts praying to it. Lights the candle and starts praying to it. I wonder how many candles she's went through. You notice on the sewing machine the mom's using this is white rotary. I wonder if that's meant to be any kind of, what I mean, white, Margaret White. I don't know. She comes out and thanks her. But see, she's getting to an age now where she knows better. She just knows what she has to do because she fears her mother. She's not even going to get supper. She missed supper. That's something I don't agree with. I don't agree with sending your kids to bed without supper. That's something I never agreed with when I see in movies or heard people say it. People that do that, that's if that's your thing, that's your thing. But I don't agree with it. I don't. What kind of punishment is that? Not letting somebody eat. That's not good. It's gotten so powerful that she shatters this mirror and then she's able to fix it. She's able to put the shit back up there and fix it. She's so frustrated and so angry that she just had to go up there and just do something. See, you look up there, she's on her brain, you can see up in the corner, you can see the mirror up there. If the pieces were back in place, but just the cracks were there. Yeah, see, still cracked. Let's watch it. By the way, yeah, you're leaving with a timestamp here. 18 minutes, 45 seconds. Yeah, here, that fan's over. Well, okay, well, she didn't actually fix the mirror, but she put the pieces back in place. This teacher, this asshole teacher, was beautiful. He's in he's a bad guy in another forgotten horror film that I'm wanting to show everybody that I'm really wanting to turn people on to. I do 1982, I do believe, called The Unseen. It's a really good slasher type early '80s horror film. A lot of people don't know about. Scorpion released it on Blu-ray a few years back. And there's one of our second look at P.J.Soles with that hat. She showed her audition in that red hat. And Brian Depalma, he insisted she wear it all the way throughout, even at prom. She told him, she's like, man, I would not be wearing this fucking hat with these braids, at the prom. He's like, no, you gotta wear that. She had that hat all the way just a few years ago. Don't remember exactly what she said she did with it, but it's beautiful, beautiful. So I'm not sure if he's trying to be a dick or not when he's like beautiful. I'm, I don't know if it just came off that way or he just, just an asshole, incoherently, yeah, I'm not quite sure if he meant anything bad by it, but it did come off fucked up. I mean, he thinks he's making fun of with his goofy looking bow tie. Very young William Cat, a few years before he started doing his Greatest American Hero. I never thought it feel so free. That show ended up going for a good minute. Betty Buckley. Betty Buckley ended up doing a show. She was gone from shows for quite a few years, and she ended up in. If anyone's seen it, it's HBO original. It's a prison show. Like I said, HBO original called Oz. She ended up playing a few seasons on it. She was also on Eight Is Enough, a show that used to be on. If anybody remembers that. She's so pissed. You can see little things with the gym teacher, Miss Collins. The part that Betty Buckley's playing. You can just see, and it makes you think that maybe this gym teacher, maybe she wasn't the most popular girl in school either. Maybe she was fucked with and bullied a little bit too. But I am going to be starting something soon. Um, my discussions on film and stuff like that. I think I am going to start doing those and maybe trying maybe podcast stuff. Hey, how you doing? Weeks going by. Is Amy Irving? She did a show back in the early '80s called Mickey and Maud that I thought was really good with Dudley Moore. and where they were trying to have a baby, and it was basically, and they were basically friends with, and her dad was a wrestler. It had Big John Studd in it, had Andre the Giant in it, um, to show that I really never heard anybody talk about, but it was a pretty good show. She also did another Brian De Palma, like a year or two after this one, called The Fury, which is a really good film. Oh, not too bad. Just talking about Carrie, just discussing how from top to bottom, one of the best ones ever made. You know, talk about, got the novel, the director, great cast, great score from Pino Donaggio. It's just well made all around. It's absolutely awesome. Not to mention two of my favorite horror girls of all time, Nancy Allen and P.J.Soles. And they just happen to be the two biggest assholes in the whole movie. Like the villains, girls that just enjoy doing bad things, like take pleasure in it. Doing bad things is one thing, but taking pleasure in it, that's a whole other. Just thinking about whether I should go this way. What's your thought? Or whether I should go podcast style like this. What's your thoughts on it, Katie? Think I should go like this and talk about the film? Like, yeah, I was talking about, the gym teacher played by Miss Collins, played by Betty Buckley, and how you just get this feeling. You can just see it in her face when she's discussing what the girls did, and and what they did to Carrie, with the pads in the shower, and you just see the pain in her face, almost as if she had been bullied as a student. It's like she had been there, like she felt it, and that's why she takes it so personally, and that's why she is so rough and so hard on these girls that did this. I mean, what's your thoughts on that? Because I know you've seen the original Carrie. What's your thoughts on that? No, I mean, there's just a voice on here. I mean, which one has the best effect? Does the voice discussing the film, or because I am thinking about doing film discussions, not necessarily watch alongs, but film discussions. I'm thinking about going podcast stuff. So just playing with this and that. Was Carrie investigating into, because she knows she's different. She knows she can do things that other people can't do. They're not little kids anymore. Teenagers are still kids, but they're not. It's just the whole thing about coming off here is my social issues. Not real great socially, so that's what I'm saying. But when I'm talking about film, sometimes I forget I'm on camera anyway. That's the only thing that makes me forget about it. Like if I'm watching a film that I don't have a lot of love for, or really into, it's a lot different for me to do. As you notice, if there's one that I'm really passionate about and really love, I I don't even really notice the camera. I'm just not the best social guy. Shut up, Chris. Just shut up. These days, if a teacher slapped a student, that would be it, man. Even then, I remember seeing this when I was a kid, and when she slapped her, man, she wouldn't have been just fired. She'd have been in jail. You cannot go around slapping students. You just can't do it. I don't care. I don't give a damn. If someone slapped my student, I don't care what they did. If they put their hands on my kid like that, their ass would be in jail. Period. End of story. It's not your job to. It's not your job to put your hands on my kid. It's not part of your job description. Like when I smoke, think about shutting the camera down. So, you know, this is like the ultimate what Sue does, what the Amy Irving character Sue does here. To feel so bad about what you've done that you'd be willing to skip your prom and have your boyfriend take the girl to the prom. That's being sorry. You don't get no more sorry than that. I mean, that's a serious apology. But if you're Carrie, do you believe that shit? You know, do you trust that? I mean, think about how it looks. It looks bad. It looks like, really, you know, because how many people would do that? Not many people would do that. I never met anybody that would do that. If it felt so, you know what I mean? Our first look at Mr. John Travolta with the long hair, young John Travolta with the long hair. I think John Travolta is so much better than what people act like. This guy here, I can't remember his name, but this buddy of John Travolta's, he was also in he was one of the cops in First Blood. But John Travolta, yeah, this I believe he had already done Boy in the Plastic Bubble, and if this and he was still presently doing Welcome Back, Kotter, which is a really good 70s sitcom starring Gabe Kaplan and of course John Travolta. And it was a really good show. Travolta was such a heartthrob. Girls just absolutely loved him, and he's really a talented actor. I mean, you've seen what he did when he's come back in Pulp Fiction. You know, he also made a comeback in the original First Look Who's Talking. Um, he's been on some good performances. Depalma's film Blowout, he's really good. And him and Nancy Allen reunite in that. He does a really good job. Like I was talking about earlier, Urban Cowboy with John Travolta does a fantastic job in that. With Deborah Winger, Scott Glenn, that's it. That's a really good film. I always try to push Urban Cowboy. Matter of fact, I have a video put together about Urban Cowboy. I just have never finished editing. It's been done for 6 months. I just never finished editing it and putting it out because it wasn't horror, so I wasn't sure about doing it. But one of these days I'm going to when I open up the channel and really show that there's more to me than horror. I am. They are doing their homework together. Tommy and Sue doing their homework together, and she's already asked him to take Carrie to the prom, but he said no, and now she's pissed at him. So, he's sitting there going, and she's not even talking to him. He keeps looking at her. She's ignoring him. He really cares about her. So he's going to say, yeah. But Sue doesn't realize what a mistake that is because, you know, spoiler alert, if anybody has never seen the original Carrie or any of the Carries, Tommy ends up really digging Carrie. That's a big mistake on her part. But it's a hell of a way to say, I'm sorry. Man, my boyfriend's going to take you to the prom. It's like, being two things, the night of her life in a couple of ways. Back this toxic ass relationship between, you know, Billy and Chris, Travolta and Nancy Allen. She's manipulating him because she wants to set up this this prank. Yeah, yeah, everything's pretty good, man. It's slow night here on the Gore Folk channel, but nice and smooth. Got a great film going into great film, Carrie, man. Let's just talk about how from top to bottom how fantastic it is. I'll go through it again. Great novel, great directing, great, great cast. One of the greatest casts ever put together in a horror film. And like I said, all the way down to the great score from Tina DiMaggio. But yeah, it's going good. I'm pretty much going to play by play discussing, you know how I do, brother. You know how I do. Here, I pop on here and say hello to you real quick. What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing, man? In movie mode, but I'm hitting cigarette right now, so I'm kind of doing a half and half. And I'm doing a watch along on screen / watch along podcast. Whatever you want to call it. But we're right in the middle right now. Timestamp is 35 minutes exactly. And Chris, played by Nancy Allen, is manipulating the hell out of Billy Nolan, played by John Travolta, because she wants to set up the little trick on Carrie. So she's trying to, buttering him up here. She's getting ready to pull the old, she's going down line. She's getting ready to pull the old, I hate Carrie White. And Travolta, Billy, he has no clue who Carrie White is because he don't even go to her school. He has no idea who in the hell she's even talking about. But if you're going to manipulate a guy, I guess that's the way to do it, right? I mean, I hate Carrie White. He's like, what? Who? Who the fuck is that? My oldest son, goes by Drake Kane on here. He absolutely loves Sissy Spacek in this. He absolutely adores her and this film. I would like to have done the watch along with him, but he doesn't do them at night. Him and his wife now. He's married now. Um, they do stuff at night. So. But when it comes to watch alongs, I have proven that I don't require a co-watcher. I don't have to have a co-watcher. I can carry it myself. This is a very awkward part here. William Katz, Tommy Ross trying to ask her the problem, but she knows he's with Sue, right? So what she's thinking, what? She's thinking, yeah, they're setting me out. They're trying to pull some. I mean, what else are you supposed to think? What else? I mean, what else are you supposed to think about it? That's what I would think. We got trick or treat in the house tonight. Trick or treats in the house. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a wave or something if you're watching them all or listening at this point. I do want to say that anybody that co-watches with me or anything like that, or ever joins my channel, there is certain things that will not be tolerated. Certain things that that cannot and will not be done on the channel. Anything to do with any kind of sexism or race or anything like that cannot and will not be tolerated on the channel. Um, I just want to put that out there. No racism or anything like that. I want to tolerate it. I do not believe it. Can't have it in any way. I'll just leave it at that. See, the gym teacher here, played by Betty Buckley, Miss Collins, she takes to Carrie. And like I said, the way she was talking to the girls and when she was punishing the girls, you could see it on her face. She was just so she was just so damaged by it. You know what I mean? She could tell it really hurt her feelings that was going on. It's almost like it was happening to her. You know, so I think she see this part right here. If you're watching along, you see what I'm seeing. You can just see the pain on her face. It's like she's been where Carrie's been. Now she's questioning these two. What's the thing? What's the deal here? Why in the hell did you have him ask her to the prom? Yeah. What for? Yeah. Because she doesn't believe that she's genuine. I mean, how could she? Just a day or two before, she was throwing, she was throwing maxi pads at her, and she's like, but she's genuine. She really wants to, help her and make up for what she did. But nobody's gonna believe that, and he doesn't want to anyway at this point. He don't want to take her. He wants to go with his girlfriend, of course. He doesn't want to take the most awkward, unpopular girl in the school to the prom. And then here's the asshole. Here's P.J.Soles. She comes in to bring the papers so she can nib shit and snoop and find out what's going on. She's totally evil in this movie. PJ is. I love P.J.Soles. P.J.Soles and Nancy Allen. They are the two most evil bitches on the planet in this movie. But they're so good. They are so good. It really makes you wonder how Sue, the Amy Irving character, how she was ever even that close of friends with them. Because she's a completely, she's a completely different thing. She's a completely different thing than what they are. She's got a heart. She's got compassion. You know, the other two, I think they might be a couple of sociopaths. Maybe. Nancy Allen definitely is. Sociopath, of course, being defined by the only pain you feel is pain. Is your own pain, right? I think Nancy Allen character, Chris character, I think she was really a sociopath. But does everybody agree that the gym teacher, she wasn't exactly the most popular in school? She had problems. Yeah, I think definitely she wasn't exactly the most popular person around in school. I think that's why she connects with Carrie so well. She can't stop him, but she's just telling him if you fuck with Carrie, man, there's gonna be a problem. And here he goes. Imagine being in Tommy's spot here, but he's got to go over and ask Carrie to the prom. Knowing first of all she's not gonna believe him, right? Second of all, she's really awkward and weird. And third of all, he's basically going into fucking pits of hell here with her mom, which he doesn't know. I don't think he's aware that her mom is like a fucking, human form of a fucking demon. I don't know. Just that shit nuts, basically. See, here he answers the door and she pulls the door shut behind her because she doesn't want her mom to see it because she knows that, he doesn't understand that he's basically getting her in trouble by going over there. She may end up in the closet with the crazy looking Jesus. The Jesus that looks like the mom. What do you want? Why are you doing this? Exactly. She's like, what? No, you don't. Yeah, so she's got a problem here. First of all, she doesn't trust him. Second of all, she just doesn't believe that we're even worthy of going to prom. Third of all, she doesn't think her mom would even let her. She's afraid, like I said, she'll end up getting, preached at and stuck in the closet. But she's, about decided that she wants to start living like a teenager and living like a person does. Uh, she she got to go before mom sees this guy. Yeah, that's about as much as you're gonna get right now, brother. She must have talked. She must have talked Billy into the horrible prank that they're gonna pull here. It's when they're going. It's timestamp 44 minutes. This when they're going to get the blood. That's oh man. Yeah, it's just bad. Brought my kids up on this movie. Showed it to them at a very young age, and they love it. Like I said, my oldest, Brian may know is Drake Kane. He absolutely is in love with Sissy Spacek in this movie. Um, just I don't know. He just it's just I would say if he's got a favorite horror movie, this is probably his number one or two. Shit falling over in there, guys. But yeah, but just the way he beat that pig, you know what I mean? Is just like that was scary shit, man. It's like, damn, dude, are you angry? Are you angry, dude? See, she's becoming a young lady, and she cares about what the boys think. So, she's concerned. She doesn't want to eat the stuff, what I mean, that gives her pimples. She's becoming conscious of that kind of thing. Which is the kind of stuff her mom, I mean, trying to keep her away from. You see her mom's whole demeanor change when she mentioned prom. You just see it. Yeah, oh man, that is just whole horrible abuse all the time. Like she almost makes the hair on your fucking arm stand up. She thinks everything is the same. She's about to stick you in the closet with the crazy Jesus. The boys, yeah. See, the whole thing here is her mom. She was so damaged by what went on with Carrie's dad, and Carrie's dad basically assaulted her. Basically, in a drunk state, come in and forced himself on her and assaulted her. You know, and her problem is not so much even the assault. It's the fact that she liked it, and she's ashamed that she liked it because her way of thinking with religion is if she likes that, then she's sinning. Even though she was married, even though that's a human emotion, that's a human, feeling and longing. To her, as far as she can get away from that, the closer she is to God. So, and she's really convinced that Carrie's, possessed or something. Like she just called her a witch. And she thinks it's because she's not following the way of the Lord. That's why she has these powers. Is because she's not following the way of the Lord. She doesn't believe in the fact of the telekinesis. She believes that it's Satan coming to her is why she has these powers. Yeah, and the Satan drove her husband and father off. It's the first time she ever just said, "I'm doing it. You can't stop me." I always wondered why right there. I mean, I remember when I first seen it. I remember her mom. I expected her mom to come over and try to grab her and stick her in the closet. Right then. I always wondered why. Wondered why she didn't try it right then. It's like I think for the first time she was convinced, when Carrie said, "I'm going," and you can't stop me. I think right then she knew that indeed, like I said, she thinks that she's got Satan in her or whatever, and she got to a point now to where she's scared of her. She, like I said, she don't believe in telekinesis. She thinks she's possessed. So with her crazy way of thinking, like later on with the dress, when she comes in and she says, "Of course, it's a red. It's always the red. And the dress isn't even red. It's pink. To her, it's red." Yeah, right here it is. Right here it is. Yeah, timestamp right here at about 50 minutes. Well, no, but that's when Carrie was sewing and doing the hem on the dress. You can see the dress was pink, not red. Norma, P.J.Soles character, her boyfriend here, trying to set shit up so he can be right in there on the prom committee so they can help set up the bucket. Chris is manipulating the whole thing, getting it ready. Can you believe the work and all the bullshit she's going through? Because she actually blames Carrie because she's not going to get to go to the prom. Chris does. Nancy Allen. She actually, but even though she's the one that caused the shit because she wouldn't serve her punishment, it was her punishment for doing what they did, and everybody else served it. That's why they're going to the prom. But she wouldn't serve it, therefore she didn't go to the prom. As far as she's concerned, that's Carrie's fault. Oh, this is a great fucking '70s song. Get ready to play. When they go and get the tuxedos and all that, I love that '70s music. It's fantastic. I'll play a little bit of it when it comes on so everybody can hear it here. See if I can sneak it in without you two hearing. Yeah, these two are down here applauding. Typical bully. They do something, and when they finally get caught and have to serve some punishment, it's not their fault. It's the person they was bullying's fault, right? Typical, typical. It really is. You got me in trouble. No, dumbass, you got yourself in trouble, man. Here it is. I love that fucking music, man. Fantastic. Yeah. I dig that shit. Sorry. That was badass, man. And these tuxedos, man, oh my God. Circa 1976, bro, I swear. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. I look at this big goofy guy with the glasses and his fucking hat. I can't remember what kind of hat you call that, but then he's got those painted on like tuxedos, where it's not actually a tuxedo, it's just like a shirt that's painted on tuxedo. No fucking way, man. If you're gonna wear one, wear one. Don't do. Oh my God, with the hat, it just completely put it over. Here it is, where she's talking about the dress. Always the red. Hey, red, mom. Oh, I can see your dirty pillow. Everyone with breast, mom. They're called breasts, and every woman has them. You crazy bitch. Well, she didn't say that. I said, pray for what? And I go in the closet with the creepy Jesus? No, thank you. No creepy Jesus for me tonight, thank you. I'll go out. It's just, oh man, it's just sad how it ends up. Typical Stephen King, how it ends up, though. You know what I mean? Oh man, like the end of Stephen King's Mist, man. He can really make things start looking good and then just lay the hammer right on you. Stephen King is a lot of the way he does stuff is he does a lot of what I call false hope endings. And where I get the false hope aspect from is from wrestling. False hope is a term used in wrestling. I was a professional wrestler for several years, and it's called in case you don't know, if anybody doesn't know, it's called a false hope spot. If you want to see a wrestling match or knows anything about wrestling, it's the spot where the bad guy has been beaten up on the whole time. And you know the spot where the good guy starts to come back. You know, he starts to come back real good. It looks like the good guy is going to come back, and all of a sudden the bad guy catches him with a clothesline or something, or hits him with a low blow and drops him again. That's a false hope spot because it looks like he's going to come back, but then the bad guy stops him. And I think, oh man, it's a lot. You know, it looks like that in a lot of Stephen King movies. It looks like it's going to be good, but it looks like things get, and then blam, like when they get in the Jeep Cherokee or whatever it is, they're in the mist, and they're taking off, and it looks like, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're running out of gas, and then he has to shoot everybody, including his son. It's just, you know, that's the false hope spot that I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm referring to. There you go, the prom. We are at the prom. At the fucking prom. Yeah. Yeah. Time stamp 56 minutes. And she's scared to death to go in there. Well, I mean, you put yourself in her place, wouldn't you? I mean, at least you go into her first outing like this. She's the most awkward, you know, unpopular girl in the school, or at least one of them. She's going there with probably the most popular guy in the school. Everybody knows is going with somebody else. You know, they're always fucking with her. I mean, you put yourself in her place, she feels like a, the old saying, a duck out of water. You know, she does such a great job at, you know, at portraying this awkward, shy, awkward, just, I don't know, naive girl, man. She just, that's such a fantastic job. But she's really beautiful in this part. Sissy Spacek is here at this poem. She is really beautiful. Beautiful hair. What you'd call that? What strawberry blonde? I guess what you'd call that? Just a little bit more on the strawberry side. Yeah. Imagine the trouble these fucking sociopathic, fucking cruel teenagers go through just to pull this horrible prank on her. All the trouble that took just to set that shit up. You know, with the prom ballots and with the trading the spots so they could work on the prom committee to set it up and to sneak into this thing and to go in and kill the pigs and get the blood. And that's a lot of fucking trouble to go in just to hurt somebody. You know, just to hurt somebody. Hey, do I got a moderator in here? Can they kill that son of a bitch? Mike, you're a moderator here. Fuck it, I'll just block them, man. I got them. I got them. They're blocked. What's up, man? Just talking about Carrie, doing the thing, man. Yeah, I was talking about the trouble these fucking sociopathic, fucking mean teenagers go through just to hurt. This girl that's never done anything to them, you know, like I said, to go through, killing the pigs to get the blood, to train out the spot so they can be a part of the prom committee, to, you know, just it's an awful lot of goddamn trouble just to hurt this girl, man. Just to hurt this girl because she blames her because she didn't get to go to the prom because she was bullying her and she didn't serve her punishment. Yes, she didn't. So she didn't get to go to the prom. So that's Carrie's fault. Typical bully mentality, which Stephen King is so big on. Man, he is so big on that bully thing. A lot of his books and his characters are based on both either bullying or being bullied. If you notice that, that right there is actually a great topic for a show, in my opinion. That's a great topic. Stephen King and his association with the bully. His characters have either bullied or been bullied. And I also discussed earlier, also discussed this gym teacher, Miss Collins, played by Betty Buckley, and how she really associates with Carrie. You could see the pain on her face when she was doing the punishing and she was talking to the girls that did, stolen the maxi pads that Carrie to begin with, at the beginning of the movie. And just the pain on her face and the association, but you could just see it when she was talking about it, how much it upset her that they did that. Almost like she was Carrie when she was her age. I can't stress that enough. Yeah, I'll follow on here for a minute. I'm kind of going half and half to see whatever works out the best here. Going half podcast, half half on screen. But yeah, she's really trusting her right here, which is really messed up when all this shit goes down. She's gotten to where she actually trusts Tommy though. She just, what I mean, she's actually going along with it. At first, she was like, "What are you doing?" No, but I'm guessing she's been a teacher long enough and she's known Tommy long enough to know that deep down he is a pretty good guy, and she knows Sue's a pretty decent person. It's one of those things where Sue grew up with Norma and Chris, so they had been friends her whole life. So therefore, she just kind of went along with whatever they did. But deep down inside, she was a better person than them, the whole time. And teachers can spot that kind of shit. They know you the whole time you're growing up. They can tell who's a good person and who isn't usually. This is like, if you want to go with your friends, I won't say, you're like, no, you let me finish. I was going to say, if you want. See, he's starting to like Carrie. He likes her, because, she's really sweet and nice, and, she turned out to be really pretty. I've said a million times when I talked about Carrie. Is Sue at this point? Well, I mean, not quite this point. But by the time they dance and all that stuff, Sue has lost her. Sue has lost her boyfriend. I can see if things had went well in this and things hadn't went really bad the way they went, that I think Tommy and Carrie would have got together. Anybody in the comments or whatever, let me know what you think. I think that's what would have happened. I think Sue had lost her man. Like she made a critical mistake sending him here with Carrie. I think he likes Carrie better. Me and my son, of course, like I said, my oldest son, known as Cricket Game, Brandon. He he and I have always talked about it. We've always thought that. We've always thought that he really started digging on Carrie. Because he throws a fit when that blood comes down and hits her, and everything before the bucket hits him in the head. He's pissed, man. He's throwing a fit. It's a typical Brian De Palma moment here where the camera's going around him. That is so Brian De Palma. That is such a trademark with his camera work. Think so? You you trying to get blocked, man? Man, she definitely likes him. It's definitely a good way to do it. Fucking irritate me. Here, I'll take care of you. There you go. Have a nice day. Fuck log. I'm talking about serious shit here, man. You come in with a stupid ass comment like that, you can go fuck yourself. Dick. No point in coming on somebody's chat and being a dick and making a stupid comment like that. Come on, man. I think these films seriously. I got a lot of passion for them. Piss me off when somebody comes on and makes fun of some shit that I'm saying. He can stick it up his ass. How's everybody else feel about it? You know, come on, make make fun of that shit. Act like you're grown up. Come to somebody's chat and show some respect, man. I always do. I never go to anybody's chat and be a dickhead. Eliminated. Mm. Anyway, back to the important part. Yeah, they even went all the way to the point to where this is the first time she's never even been a part of anything, and now all of a sudden she's on a ballot. She wants to, that's for sure. Yeah, I said that guy. I said that motherfucker to Blocksville, dickhead. Like slap people like that right now, both. Yeah, you definitely know a crowd. So that's what's weird about it's just she's waited her whole life for this. She's waited, and that's the tragic part of it. That's what's so tragic about this film is that she's waited. Just like the song. If you listen to the words of the song, which is a great song. While they're dancing together, the song explains the whole thing. It just talks about what I mean, about how she's always been the redheaded girl that was never picked, that was never popular, that was never a part of anything, and now here she is, this one night, this one chance, she gets to shine, and that's just that's how she feels. This is her one chance. This is the one thing that she's always wanted and always waited for, with the guy that she likes and the guy that she's had this fantasy about. What I mean? It's a dream come true for her. You're a mod, aren't you, Knight? You should be. I should have put you moderator. Speaking of that, man, yeah, we should all be. We should all moderate on each other's shit. You should be moderator. Ninja should be moderator. Why aren't you guys marked moderators? Why don't you guys have wrenches? Oh, are you okay? Well, it's not showing on my chat. It's not showing that. Okay. See, you definitely should have been. there's certain people that I definitely always have as my moderator. I ain't give you guys a chance. I just stuck it right up that dickhead's ass. I want here to make fun of some shit I'm talking passionate about. Ooh. Hmm. Somebody get hurt with a person. I have patience for stupidity like that. Yeah. I figured both you guys where you guys are. Steel is oh shit, man. That's quite a few people. Ben, like Eric is. Yeah. At first I didn't think too much about what that dude said, about the Tommy and John Travolta. But then I thought about it for a minute, and I thought, fuck you, man. I started to get that itch, you know. So I scratched. I could tell he was just here to fuck with me, and I didn't think I had time for that stupid shit. I'm not the one to toy with. I'm really not. Yeah, and not only that, but she's prom queen. You know what I mean? I mean, you couldn't have more of a better night. So one night, she is. It's like, and I love the way Brian Depalma does it. See, check out the music. That Pino Donaggio score. It's just perfect, and it slows down. The way Brian De Palma does, you know what I mean? It just look on her face, it just it I don't know, it kind of makes me emotional. This part always does because it's just hold on, get myself together here. For real. It's it's stupid, but it's true. Actually, it's kind of stupid, but I was actually getting fucking emotional about it for a minute. I had to get myself together, guys, so I can talk because it's just so sad. And the way De Palma does it just makes it 10 times more effective. If anybody else would have done this film, it would not have come off nearly as strong. Back to this music, man. Donaggio's score is just brilliant. She getting for one night, for one moment, she getting everything she ever wanted with the guy she wants. She's prom queen. She goes a day or two later, she was getting maxi pads thrown at her in the shower. With girls screaming, "Plug it up!" Being, the most humiliated girl in the school, and now she's prom queen. It's just so much. It's just so much, man. Oh yeah, it fucks with me hard, man. It goes from this feeling to when the blood hits her, and she trips out, and she goes into that trance and that look on her face. Then I just want her just to rip a hole right through some people. It touches so many emotions. It just goes really sharply from one emotion to the next. See, she's there. She gets to shine. Yeah. For once in her life, she gets to shine. And then they shit all over. Right. Exactly. You know, I wasn't picked on or bullied in school. Well, I wasn't exactly, Mr. the most popular guy either. You know what I mean? I was a lot different then than I am now. I was much better socially than I am now, right? But, at the same time, I wasn't never picked on or bullied. I promise you that. I was always that guy that, stood up for the people getting booked with like that. I would never permit that or allow that shit if I was around. But at the same time, I know I understand. I can feel it, and it's just so horrible. See, she could see it because she I think the gym teacher, she kind of warmed up to Tommy, but she didn't warm up to Sue so much because she's thinking, what the hell is see Sue just come in? She's thinking Tommy's here with Carrie. What the hell is Sue doing here? So she's thinking bad things about Sue. She doesn't realize that Sue's just trying to stop shit from happening at this point. Sue could have stopped this from happening, but Miss Collins stops her. She's following that rope. It's this, yeah, perfect Brian Depalma here. The whole time she's following this rope. The same type shit went on in Dress to Kill and in Blowout. Just you're watching it happen. You're watching the character watch it happen. You're the character. You're actually the character. You know what I mean? And you're watching it go down from their eyes, even though you're looking at them. He's so brilliant. Early Brian De Palma was so good, man. Um, me and Eric were discussing talking about this movie. We're gonna get together here real soon and have a really deep discussion on Carrie. We just talking about that here about an hour. Here it went. She threw her out and kept her from stopping Chris and Billy. And there it was. There the blood went, and just the whole thing. It just quiet. And see, Tommy's pissed, man. He's like, "What?" He's like, "What the hell?" Oh man, Miss Collins is like, "Oh my god," and everybody just in shock. And the one girl that busts up and starts laughing is Norma P.J.Soles. She thinks it's just fucking hilarious. The sociopath in her coming out immediately. She thinks this is just great. To think that's great is just horrible. And she is just all her dreams just went down the toilet. And then on top of it, the bucket smacks Tommy in the head. Now I always wondered, did that kill him or just knock him out? I mean, I don't see how it killed him, at least not right away. And then that cracked her up even more. She really lost it on that one. And she's hearing her mom, they're all gonna laugh at you. And now she looks out into the crowd and she even sees her friends, the people who are on her side laughing. So she's not even in reality anymore. Because the only one laughing is Norma, the P.J.Soles character. She's the only one that thinks this shit's funny like that. But she sees everybody laughing. And they're getting outraged to escape the two that didn't deserve to escape. And here she goes. She snapped. She's had enough. It's over. Just in time. They got that door just in time. Unless she turns the lights red. And Sue the whole time was just trying to. She was just trying to keep that shit from happening. This is a really cool part. I'm sure anybody that has been fucked with or bullied a lot, I'm sure this part takes on a whole new meaning for them too. They're all just scattered like ants, man, just all over the place. And she's just standing there, just watching them. Like she even seen her good friend, Miss Collins, Miss Collins laugh. She thinks everybody is against her now. All thanks to that bullshit. All thanks to, a few people that think that ridiculous shit's funny. That hose, oh man, people don't understand how strong one of those hoses are. But even the goofy, beautiful teacher wasn't laughing when that shit happened. He was even clapping for Carrie when she got prom queen. But she's gonna kill every one of these motherfuckers. Everyone. She's not letting anybody out. Not even Miss Collins. She killed her purposely. It was right there. Blam! What is that she hits her with? What swings down there and hits Miss Collins in the midsection, man? What is that? Because it's not the basketball goal. Because it swings right. It's connected somehow. It swings down. I'm trying to figure out what the hell that is. We have fire. Everybody curious wants to know. Timestamp, hour 20 minutes. Yeah, she opens up the door, just open up nice and calmly. She walks out the plane. You see the flames going behind her. That idea is classic, man. That's so classic. And then right behind her, Sushi comes out. They close. Yeah, she's there. Take that with you. Walking down the road, the fire truck runs past her, and here come these two assholes. The main sociopath of the movie and her dipshit dumbass boyfriend, Billy. She thinks she's gonna run over. Not wrong. Have that instead. Boom. Imagine something like that happening. And something like that going down, and you know what I mean, the entire prom, you know what I mean, people, everybody but like two people burn up and die, and that'd be a horrible tragedy because most of those people didn't deserve that. She didn't see that. As far as she could see, that everybody was against her. Everybody was part of it. That's how she was seeing it. She had just had it. She had dealt with that so much and so long that in her mind, everybody was against her and everybody was out to hurt. So she went out to hurt everybody. Here she is. She just got home. Who thinks that creepy, scary looking Jesus in the closet looks just like her mom? I think that Jesus looks just like her mom. That little statue, I think that thing looks just like her mother. That is the creepiest looking little so-called Jesus I've ever seen. That motherfucker's scary. That little Jesus all by itself and that scares shit out of me. Looks like her mom after it's been up on fucking meth or something for a couple of days. And her mom, oh man, you got candles lit everywhere and everything. Her mom's decided to put on some kind of exorcism or something. Her mom's not a sociopath. She's just nuts. And and my theory is it's because of what happened with her husband when her husband was drunk and forced himself on her, and she enjoyed it. She was ashamed of herself for enjoying it, and she felt evil for enjoying it. Therefore, that made her just crazy religious. I think that's where it started. That's my theory. Matter of fact, I might make a video on that because she's getting ready to describe that. This is the part of the movie where she describes that about Terry's dad forcing himself. He come home, she describes how he's got the whiskey on his breath and he forces himself on her, and she talks about how she liked it, and you could tell that it really affected her mind. It really affected her, really messed her up when that shit happened. And I think it was the fact that she enjoyed it. It, she couldn't handle the fact that she enjoyed it. That's my theory. She's somewhat back to being Carrie now. Do you think at this point when she's getting in the bath, do you think she's back to the point to where she realizes what she's done? Do you think she truly understands the gravity of what it is she's done? Because she's sitting in a bath and she's clear herself and she's crying. You think she's really back to the point to where she understands exactly what it is, that she's killed everybody there? I'm not so sure that she does. I'm not so sure. I know she's come to the point now where she's willing to join up with her mom and do as her mom says. Yeah. See, because she thinks her mom was right now, you know. And mom ain't right about anything. It just happened to be a coincidence. The whole, what I mean, she just wants to be held. She just wants a mom, you know. She just wants a mom, and she doesn't have one. Not in the sense of the word that that she needs. That's the start of the story about her dad, Rob. He was a drunk. Sin never dies. First, it was all right. We lived sinlessly. They were married and they never did nothing. We slept in the same bed, but we never did it. And then that night, I saw him looking down at me that way. Got down on our knees and to pray for strength, just because he was drunk and he wanted her. I smelled the whiskey on his breath, and he looked at me, or he no, he took me. The stink of the filthy roadhouse whiskey on his breath, and I liked it. I liked it, and the way when she says that, when she says I liked it, with all the dirty touching and all his hands all over me, and she's, that messed her up, man. That's scary. She said I should have given you a gun when you were born. She was backsliding. She said she was backsliding back then. Now she thinks this is religion, what she's doing. She called her the devil. The devil has come home. She's willing to do whatever her mom says. She just knows that, especially now, you know, that her mom's all she has, man. Still on the stairs. Maybe repressed her. Yeah, definitely. I don't think she felt the gravity of it yet either. No, no way. If she's not, I think she would lose it. You're praying with her. And now it's the ultimate betrayal, man. Not only did that shit happen at the prom, but now the only person that she had left is now trying to kill her. It's so horrible. Basically has killed her. That stab in the back was bad. That battle by itself could kill her if it's not taken care of. That went in about so deep, right in around the kidney area. It looked like around the kidney area to me, to the point where she's bleeding out her mouth. She's just trying to get away. She's bleeding bad too. She looks creepy as hell when she's standing there. She's going, "That's cool." They told how they did it. I can't remember exactly. Oh, I can't remember exactly what they said. How they did that with all these flying knives into her, but it's pretty fucking cool. And now that's the reason I think that Jesus in the closet was patterned after her, is because when she's there and she dies, like she looks like that fucking Jesus, man. You know, she looks like that little Jesus statue. Who's with me? I think that's the scariest looking little fucking Jesus statue we've ever seen. He's horrible, man. What a statement that makes. Doesn't it look like the mom? I think it looks like the mom. I've always thought that. It don't look like Jesus. Not any Jesus I was ever raised looking at anyway. Now she's completely alone. Going that closet. Because she's hurt bad. She's got to be hurt bad. She still just wants her mom to hug her. You know, she knows she's dead. She still just wants. That's all she wanted. All she wanted to please hold me, mom. You know, man. Forward to Cinderella. Yeah, yeah. I never thought about it like that, but yeah, man, it is. You know, she's not officially lost everything after that horrible shit happening. She goes home and her, crazy ass mom's trying to kill her. She has to kill her mom. She didn't have a choice. You know what I mean? There wasn't a choice there. Her mama decided that she was going to kill her and send her to God, I guess. Something, I don't know. She's trashing the whole house down now. You ever go in the closet with the scary little Jesus guy? But yeah, that is a good point. You notice how the house, it doesn't just kind of fall apart. You notice how it sinks down into the ground? That's an interesting point. It does. You watch this, pay real close attention. If nobody's ever noticed, it doesn't just fall apart and burn like a normal house. As it's burning, it's sinking down. Like the last thing it just showed of it, there was only about that much of it still sticking up out of the ground. It was going directly into the ground. There. It's yeah, it's going down. Yeah, yeah. The earth just swallows it up, man. I haven't really thought about that like that before. Hmm. Many times I've seen it, I never really thought of that. But it does. It swallows it right up. We get the final scene of the movie here with Sue. She's now this was unusual at the time. This scared the shit out of people. Remember, it's 1976. There wasn't endings like this in movies. This was one of the first like this, where they had the jump scare at the end. You know, they didn't have it every 5 minutes like they do now. But this scared the shit out of people when she reaches about, yeah. Yeah. All a little edgy. This is her mom, Mrs. Snow. She's been sleeping too much, I guess. Schneider said that's to be expected after all she's been through. He said that she's young enough that she'll forget about it. But she ain't gonna forget about it. She's gonna get maybe learn how to get over it somewhat. She ain't never gonna forget about it. Come on, be real. Yeah, yeah. What burns in hell. Yeah, right there. It's all that whole piece of property is covered with coal. And it's got that cross right in the middle because it sink right to the ground. Next time you guys watch it, pay close attention to that. You see, it does. It goes right to the ground. I never noticed that. It just, almost like it was going into hell. It just swallowed it up. The earth did. I've seen it 100 times. I don't think I ever noticed that. Shit, I'm probably alone here. I like you. Really? You made it. Well, like I said, man, for 1976, that was the first time a jump scare like that had ever happened. And that's where Friday the 13th got the idea for their ending, for Jason to come up out of the water at the end, was this ending, this Carrie ending. That's where Shawnee Cunningham got that idea. Because Friday the 13th, to begin with, didn't have that ending. Didn't like the ending, huh? Interesting. I'm not a fan of it, huh? I'm not a fan of the dream sequence, huh? All right. Well, I thought it was all right. That's all right, too. That's unusual, Ninja. The first person I ever heard say that. There it was. Carrie, 1976. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Hold on just a second. I'm going to show this again. This is the version I just watched. This is the Arrow. Again, let me show my shit off real quick here. Here's both versions of Carrie. This is the slip edition of Screen Factory. Here is the deluxe slip edition of Carrie. Here is a German, it's like a snap. I mean, I'm not sure. It's not a media book, but it's a 2 disc made for entertainment. It's limited to 111 in the world. And then here is one of my favorites, man. This is limited to 555. This is my favorite Carrie edition. It's 84 entertainment. Number 385 out of 555. It's a German media book. This is my favorite one. Yeah. And like I said, this has got a lot of really cool pages. Shit in That's more cool behind the scenes shit. Just a bunch of little pages like that. Um, that's from the deleted scene. I deleted from the deleted scene of the meteors coming down. No. That's from the deleted scene of when she sees the girl next door sunbathing and she's wondering about her breasts and all that stuff. Uh, I think you're getting an odd take, yeah. I think it's a deliverance where the hand right. Yeah, Deliverance is one of those movies, man. She loved the ending. Yeah, scared the crap out of me when I saw it again. Oh, yeah. They had the jump scare down. Like I said, it was the first one of its kind. That's where President Pete got the idea from. It was from Carrie. That's where Sean Cunningham got that. But like, we're all entitled to our opinions, man. All entitled to our opinions. Absolutely. That's what makes it that's what makes films and shit cool, man, is everybody's different opinion. Can you imagine how boring films and everything would be if everybody had the same opinion? Imagine how shitty that would be. That would suck. But little what's going on here? I'm working on quite a few things. Of course, I'm working on my top ten of best top ten of 1981, best top 10 horror films of '81. I'm also working on a Nightmare on Elm Street thing. I'm working on a thing. Can't remember exactly what I'm calling it here. It's oh, the day Freddy became the nightmare, and it's all about the day. It's back when he was still alive, when he became the serial killer. About him being his first victim. I'm working on it right now. I'm also working on. I'm still working on. I'm making little tweaks on it. It was the Boogeyman, which is my story about the what if Laurie hadn't survived Halloween 1978. And this coming Monday, I'll be myself and Night for Night Watch Zone will be at 11:15 next Monday night. We'll be continuing our George Romero zombie saga watch along with Land of the Dead. And next Tuesday, maybe I'm not sure, might be doing the Burial Ground with John Steele. So that's what I got going on, man. Um, I appreciate everybody stopping by and watching along with me and discussing and everything, and everybody that's going to be jumping in the rewatch and all that kind of stuff. Um, have a great night. Uh, Once again, much appreciated. Much love to all. Don't forget that I am agoraphobe. You guys are not. Have a great night.